I started working at Disney Animation 4 years ago, brought on as a director by John Lasseter, who's a dear old friend. And there had been at Disney for years, like a concept about video games. And there was a period of time as I was kind of developing my pitch to John where I thought, this is a horrible idea. This is bad. Nothing would be more boring than being a video game character. You're programmed to do one job, one thing, and you do it every day. There's no free will.
My name's Wreck-It Ralph. 30 years I've been doing this. It starts to feel hard to love your job
I can fix it.
when no one else seems to like you for doing it.
That's conflict. I mean, what if I were a person in there, who was unhappy with my role? If I wanted more than was just kind of programmed to me, that's an interesting, interesting problem to have and to see kind of told as a story.
Sure must be nice being the good guy.
Nice share, Ralph.
Talk about the development of Ralph. He seems like he's a sort of a Donkey Kong character, kind of stuck in this 9-to-5
right
job.
Exactly. And Ralph wasn't the main character. Like when we first developed it, I then began working with a writer, Phil Johnston, as we started to kind of flesh this story out. And Ralph was kind of a supporting character at the time. He was kind of the bad guy character, and the main character was going to be the Felix character, And it became apparent, like, this is just not a very, I love the character of Felix, but it just, his story and trying to tell this story through that character was just not, it didn't have a lot of juice to it.
Good afternoon. Are you in need of any
The
assistance
Pixar
today,
films
sir?
and the Disney films, when they really hit, it's because you really care about the characters. So it was important to me, to really play on that and make sure that that's in there. So we thought, well, what about Ralph? What if it was told from Donkey Kong's point of view? What is it like to be Donkey Kong? And what I love about Donkey Kong is that, and the same is kind of true with Ralph, is the real backstory of Donkey Kong is that Mario was teasing him, and made the monkey mad, and he stole his girl, because Mario was being a jerk to him, so, and there's a little bit of that, so it's kind of like Donkey Kong's in the right, it's like, this is karma, Mario, you're getting kind of what you deserve. It's too bad the girl has to suffer. He and Felix, in a way, are kind of two brothers, and Felix feels like the really good brother who's kind of done great things, and Ralph is kind of the screw up that everything he touches, he breaks, so to me, it's like, as a kid, I would love that character, that, oh, he's the screw up. Okay, he's the one that gets blamed, everything gets blamed on.
Gif, I'm bad guy.
I say
Ralph, you are bad guy. But this does not mean you're bad guy.
Zombie, bad guy.
So there's a great scene, like kind of like a bad guys AA meeting
Yeah.
with
Bad Anon. Yeah.
right, there's Pac-Man Ghost,
Yeah.
there's Bowser. How did you get the licensing for all these characters from all these different video games?
Well, it was a lot of good old-fashioned, just kind of handshaking, and meeting, with the people, from those different studios. Pac-Man is a seminal game, in the history of video games. So we would be remiss if Pac-Man was not in this movie. So here's how we would like him to appear, and this is the scene that he's in, and what do you think? And we've got this joke here, and after a lot of laughing and kind of like, that's great, it's like, yes, of course, it'd be great to have Pac-Man in. So, and then armies of lawyers kind of got together and did a lot of paperwork and made it happen. We're very lucky to have the royalty of video games in this film. I came up in that generation that first kind of experienced, video games, and like in pizza parlors and stuff, and a great arcade called Golf and Stuff in Ventura, where I grew up. So it's a trip. It's surreal, you know, for me to, you know, I remember Pong. I can remember playing it. To be the one who's making a movie that's kind of celebrating that lifespan of these games is pretty awesome. To have it come full circle and be able to, like, you know what? It was worth playing Paperboy all those hours, because now Paperboy's in this movie, you know, or it's because it was those hours of playing those games and just being close to them that makes it possible to make a movie about them with the appreciation, the reverence, if you want to call it, that they deserve.